Cami is on her knees, and this time it's not pride speaking, it's fear. The Landman Season 3 trailer doesn't just tease drama, it promises a full-scale war. Power is shifting, alliances are breaking, and the woman who once controlled everything is now begging the one man she pushed away. If you thought the finale of last season was explosive, this trailer makes it clear that was only the beginning. Season 3 opens with one undeniable truth. Cami has lost control, not just of Mtex, but of the narrative, the loyalty, and the power she once believed was untouchable. The trailer wastes no time showing us the consequences of her biggest mistake, firing Tommy. What once looked like a bold move now feels like the spark that started a wildfire. And that fire is spreading fast. Cami's desperation is no longer hidden behind authority, it's visible, it's raw. Every word she speaks in the trailer carries weight. She isn't negotiating from strength anymore. She's pleading from weakness. That shift alone tells us everything about where this season is headed. The empire she fought so hard to protect is slipping through her fingers, and she knows it. Meanwhile, Tommy is not the same man we saw quietly working behind the scenes. He's changed, he's sharper, more confident, fully aware of the leverage he holds. CTT isn't just a company, it's proof that he doesn't need Mtex to survive. In fact, it might be the other way around. The trailer frames him as calm and controlled, the kind of leader who doesn't raise his voice because he doesn't have to. That quiet confidence is what makes him dangerous. And then there's the moment everyone is talking about. Cami begging Tommy. Not demanding, not commanding, begging. That single shift in tone says more than any boardroom argument ever could. It tells us that she understands the gravity of her mistake. She underestimated him. She believed he would remain loyal no matter what. But loyalty has limits, and she crossed the line. What makes this dynamic so intense is that it's not just business, it's personal. Cami tied her identity to Monty's legacy and to the power she inherited. When she fired Tommy, she thought she was proving she could lead on her own. Instead, she exposed the cracks in her leadership. Tommy wasn't just an employee. He was the backbone, the strategist, the one person who could see problems before they exploded. Now, that same mind is building something stronger and possibly unstoppable. The trailer hints at rising tension between CTT and Mtex, but the real battle is psychological. Cami is trying to regain control through persuasion, emotion, maybe even manipulation. But Tommy isn't reacting the way he used to. He listens, he watches, he calculates. That calm response to her desperation creates a power imbalance that feels almost suffocating. And let's talk about revenge. Tommy may not be openly vengeful, but there's a quiet satisfaction in his rise. He doesn't need to attack Cami directly. His success does that for him. Every deal he closes, every alliance he strengthens, every confident step forward is a reminder that she made the wrong call. The trailer makes it clear. This season isn't about quick explosions. It's about slow, strategic domination. Cami, on the other hand, looks like someone backed into a corner, and that's when people become unpredictable. The most suspenseful part of this trailer isn't Tommy's power, it's Cami's desperation, because desperation can push someone to take risks they would never consider before. It can lead to alliances with the wrong people. It can lead to betrayals. It can even lead to self-destruction. The emotional tension between them is thick. You can feel years of loyalty, trust, and betrayal hanging in every exchange. Tommy doesn't shout. He doesn't need to. His silence speaks louder than any argument. And Cami's voice, once filled with authority, now carries urgency. That contrast is the heartbeat of Season 3. Power has shifted. Completely. Last season was about holding on. This season is about taking over. CTT stands as a symbol of Tommy's transformation. It represents independence, strategy, and control. And the people around him, Cooper, Rebecca, Nate, they aren't just employees. They're aligned, focused, loyal. That unity makes CTT feel solid, structured, prepared. Mtex, on the other hand, feels unstable, reactive, vulnerable. And that vulnerability is exactly what makes Season 3 so unpredictable. Because here's the real question. How far will Cami go to win back what she lost? Will she swallow her pride completely and truly partner with Tommy, or is this begging just another strategy? Could there be a hidden plan behind her desperation? The trailer leaves just enough ambiguity to keep us guessing, and that uncertainty builds suspense in every second. This isn't just a corporate rivalry. It's a battle for identity, for legacy, for respect. Tommy is no longer the man working in someone else's shadow, and Cammy is no longer the untouchable force she believed herself to be. Season 3 is setting up a collision course between calculated power and emotional desperation, between patience and impulse, between revenge and redemption. And if this trailer tells us anything, it's this: someone is going to fall. The only question is, will it be the man who rose from betrayal, or the woman who let power blind her to what she truly had? Cammy's desperation only intensifies as the trailer unfolds, and you can feel it radiating from every frame. She's no longer the confident leader who believed she could control everyone and everything around her. Every misstep she made last season is coming back to haunt her, and the psychological weight of those mistakes is crushing. Season 3 is showing us that power isn't just about titles, money, or influence. It's about loyalty, strategy, and foresight, all of which Tommy now has in abundance. Every calculated move he makes contrasts sharply with Cammy's increasingly impulsive decisions. The trailer emphasizes this beautifully, with every glance, every pause, every word dripping with tension. Tommy doesn't need to raise his voice to assert dominance. His composure alone speaks volumes, reminding both Cammy and the audience that he isn't the same man who once quietly followed orders. He's transformed into a strategist who understands the full scope of the game, and CTT isn't just his company, it's an extension of his mind, a fortress built with precision, loyalty, and unshakable confidence. Meanwhile, Cammy's empire is crumbling under the weight of her pride and miscalculations. Mtex, once her safe haven and symbol of control, now feels like a trap. Every move she makes is scrutinized, challenged, and countered. She's no longer the untouchable force she imagined. And it's this shift, the fall of a once powerful figure contrasted with the rise of someone she underestimated, that drives the suspense throughout the season. The trailer makes it clear that the conflict isn't limited to business deals or boardroom negotiations. It's deeply personal. Every interaction between Cammy and Tommy carries the history of betrayal, loyalty, and unspoken tension. Watching her beg isn't just heartbreaking, it's terrifying. It hints at a willingness to go to extremes, a desperation that could push her beyond reason. And that unpredictability keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, because in the world of Landman, desperation can be just as dangerous as calculated strategy. The trailer also subtly highlights how other players in this game are positioning themselves. Cooper, Rebecca, Nate, and the rest of Tommy's team aren't just supporting characters, they're key components of a well-oiled machine that amplifies his power. Their alignment, skills, and loyalty create a stark contrast to Cammy's isolation. She's fighting not just one man, but a coordinated force that challenges her every move. Every time she tries to negotiate, manipulate, or plead, the trailer makes it clear that Tommy and his team are already 3 steps ahead. That imbalance of power is what makes this season so electrifying. The stakes are higher than ever. Cammy's attempts to regain influence are no longer a matter of pride, they're about survival. Every decision, every calculated risk, and every emotional plea is magnified by the reality that she may not get another chance. Tommy, on the other hand, is navigating these challenges with calm precision. He isn't reckless, but he's assertive. He understands leverage and is using it to solidify his position while subtly exposing Cammy's weaknesses. The trailer hints at the psychological warfare between them, the cat-and-mouse game where every misstep could have devastating consequences. Power, loyalty, and strategy collide at every turn. It's not just a story about companies or corporate takeovers. It's about identity, pride, and the consequences of underestimating someone who has nothing left to lose. Cammy's mistakes last season, particularly firing Tommy, were catastrophic, and now the ripple effects are fully visible. Her attempts to regain control are fraught with tension, danger, and emotional vulnerability. Watching her navigate this new landscape, the audience can feel every heartbeat, every calculation, every flicker of fear. The trailer masterfully uses silence, pauses, and subtle body language to heighten suspense. Tommy's composed demeanor contrasts with Cammy's rising panic, creating a psychological tension that keeps viewers glued. Every word, every glance, every strategic decision is loaded with consequence, and as the trailer teases, alliances will be tested, betrayals are inevitable, and no character is safe. Season 3 is not just a continuation, it's an escalation. The stakes are higher, the risks are greater, and the emotional intensity is unmatched. Cammy's identity is tied to her company, her legacy, and her past decisions. Losing control isn't just professional, it's deeply personal. The trailer emphasizes how past loyalties, emotional bonds, and pride collide with the cold, calculated strategies of Tommy and CTT. Every scene hints at potential reversals, hidden agendas, and high-stakes gambits that could tip the balance at any moment. The psychological tension between Tommy and Cammy is the heartbeat of the season, driving suspense, drama, and anticipation. The audience is left wondering not just who will win, but at what cost. Tommy's rise isn't just a victory, it's a strategic dismantling of everything Cammy thought she controlled. And her desperation, while understandable, makes her unpredictable and dangerous. Season 3 promises to explore the consequences of pride, the cost of misjudgment, and the relentless nature of strategic power. Every interaction between Cammy and Tommy is loaded with history, stakes, and tension. The trailer teases not just the confrontations, but the subtleties, the pauses, the unsaid words, the glances that reveal more than dialogue ever could. Cammy's struggle is a masterclass in desperation meeting strategy. Her identity, legacy, and power are all on the line, while Tommy's calculated moves show just how far someone can rise when underestimated. Season 3 of Landman is shaping up to be a high-stakes psychological battle where every decision matters, every alliance counts, and every misstep could be fatal. The trailer leaves no doubt. This isn't just about companies or deals. It's about personal power, emotional reckoning, and survival. The collision between Cammy's desperation and Tommy's calculated ascent will define the season, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats with every twist, turn, and revelation. As we watch the trailer, one thing becomes crystal clear. Season 3 isn't just another chapter. It's a test of identity, strategy, and the unrelenting pursuit of power, where the line between victory and disaster is razor thin, and only those who think ahead will survive. Cammy's beg is more than a plea, it's a warning. Tommy's rise is more than success, it's dominance, and the fallout from their clash will echo across every decision, every alliance, and every battle for control. The suspense is relentless, the tension palpable, and the stakes higher than ever. Landman Season 3 promises a journey into the dark, thrilling heart of power, betrayal, and revenge, where nothing is predictable, no one is safe, and every second matters. This is the season where pride meets strategy, desperation faces calculation, and the consequences of every choice are amplified. The trailer leaves the audience gripping their seats, hungry to see who will emerge victorious, who will crumble, and what the ultimate price of power truly is. Cammy's struggle versus Tommy's rise isn't just a storyline, it's a psychological battlefield, a chess match of wills, a suspense-filled saga that will define the very essence of Landman Season 3.